Hello and welcome back. Right now, we're carrying on talking about the so called functional verbs, or at least I use, like I told you, the label functional verbs. In Italian, they are called verbi modali. So we already seen dovere, must. We already seen volere, to want. And right now, we're going to carry on with can or to be able to. Let me share the screen here with you. All right. So if you haven't already, go back and watch the video about the video introduction to these three verbs, and make sure you understand why these three verbs are mandatory for you when it comes to learning Italian, right? So if you haven't watched that video, stop right now and go back, watch that video, right? Now, assuming you watched that video, let's carry on here. So the verb can or to be able to. Let's go ahead here. Let me remove myself. Let me make myself a little bit smaller. Okay, so you guys in English use can to describe multiple meanings, more than two. But right now we're gonna just discuss two meanings. It's the meaning of to be able to do something in the sense of to master a skill. For instance, I can speak Italian, Spanish, English, and Russian. So I'm acknowledging my own skill, my ability of speaking, in this case, four languages and half a little bit of German as well. But that's another story. But also, you guys use can in the sense of being able to do other things, like physically able to do other things. Like, I cannot go to the doctor right now. I'm too tired. I'm too sick. It's not a skill. We're not acknowledging the skill of going to the doctor. We are saying that we cannot physically go to the doctor right now because we are knocked out by illness or something like that. Okay, so you guys use can for multiple scenarios, and you just can as a word to describe these multiple scenarios. In Italian, unfortunately, we have different ways, different words, different verbs to describe these scenarios. Okay, so in order to describe the skill, so when we want to say can in the sense of skills, we use the verb sapere. In all the other cases, basically, so when we are discussing a physical limit or different kind of can scenarios that are not skills, we use potere. Okay. Now, a nice hack to remember the difference is the following: can with skills equals sapere. There is the letter S going on in skill or even skills and sapere. Okay, so can with skills, letter S, sapere. All the other cases, potere. Potere is very common. Many people that have been trying learning Italian already know potere because this is the one. Let me make myself bigger here. Potere is the one that everybody knows because it's listed everywhere in old school grammar books, on YouTube channels, and so on. But if you say posso parlare italiano e spagnolo, I can speak Italian and Spanish, and you use potere, it's wrong. It's not correct. This is a thing that always pisses me off. Sorry for my French, because in books they always and just talk about potere. So-called YouTube languages gurus just mention potere, but it's not correct. Please make sure you absorb the difference between sapere and potere. Sapere is can with skills, and potere is can in all the other cases. To be honest, there is a third case scenario which we'll discuss in the future, not right now. Right now, stick to this. Stick to sapere and potere. Okay, so let's carry on here. Okay, exercise. So I came up with these four sentences in English, just in pure English, good old English. And I want you to tell me, or well, to tell yourself, which scenario is that. For instance, sentence number one: John can speak four languages. Is it can with skills scenario, basically sapere, or is it can in all the other cases? I want to take a few seconds to think about it, pause this video, give yourself the answer, and I will give you the answer. So do this right now. And here we are. So John can speak 4 languages. Let's do the breakdown here. There is a subject, John, and we're saying that this guy is capable of doing something, which is speaking 4 languages, which is a skill. So here we will translate it with sapere, which is can with skills. Second sentence, Susan can probably arrive here in 30 minutes. Ask yourself, is it can with skills, sapere, or is it can in all the other cases, which is potere? Ask yourself this question, give yourself your answer, and this is the answer. The answer is can in all the other cases. There is no skill here. We are not acknowledging the skill of the person. We just say that Susan, who is the subject, can probably arrive, might probably arrive. There is the opportunity, not the opportunity, but there are chances. We're discussing chances here, not skills. There's the chance that this person called Susan might arrive here, can arrive here in 30 minutes, right? Sentence number 3. Mike can play the guitar. Skill or not skill? Basically, sapere or potere. Answer this question. And I guess you might see that this is skill because we are acknowledging the skill of playing the guitar, which is something that Mike can do. Okay, so Mike can play the guitar. We will translate it with sapere, right? We're going to see the conjugation in a minute. And then, number 4, can you please pass me the bottle of water? If you haven't seen the video about how to build questions already, go back and watch that, or at least do it in a minute when we're going to do the work of translating this sentence, this question in a minute. But right now, please think about it. Is can with skills? Are we acknowledging a skill? Do we need sapere? Or is it can in all the other cases? Answer this question. Well, the question is related to can in all the other cases, where I say, yo, are you physically able to pass me the bottle of water? It's not a skill, right? It's potere. We're going to use potere here, right? Now, assuming the difference between sapere and potere, the difference between the two ways we have to translate can, assuming this is clear, let's move on. Let's see the 2 conjugations. Again, if you haven't seen the module about the grammar, which is mandatory, you had to watch this, stop right now and go back, watch the module about grammar. Now, conjugation. Conjugation of sapere in the present tense is the following. So, sai, sa, sappiamo, sapete, sanno. And the conjugation of potere is posso, puoi, può, possiamo, potete, possono. If you're asking yourself, why did I not write the subject io, tu, lui, lei? In the module about the grammar, you will find the answer. So again, go back and watch that if you haven't already, as you should have. But anyways, these are the conjugations of sapere and potere. Not super tricky. They are very similar to the standard conjugations of standard verbs, not irregular verbs. So that's pretty much it. We're going to work on this in a second. So next slide. Next slide. This slide is a remember kind of slide. Just like to want or must and can and must or have to do something, also can is followed by the infinitive of the target verb, by the dictionary form of the target verb. Okay? If you haven't seen the video about the grammar, about the infinitive part of me, go back and watch this. Okay? Want, must, and can need to be conjugated according to these conjugations in the case of can. But after that, the target verb is going to be in infinitive. I can speak 4 languages. I conjugate can, and speak goes the infinitive, right? This was just a quick reminder, a remember kind of slide. Remember this, right? So can, must, and want, included can that we are studying right now, needs to be followed by the infinitive of the main verb. I can swim. Swim goes in infinitive. I can speak 4 languages. Speak goes the infinitive. I cannot go to the doctor. Go goes in the infinitive. No pun intended about go and go, right? And so on. All right, let's do some work. So John can speak 4 languages. I will translate this one for you. So John remains the same because obviously is the subject. John is third person. It's not I, it's not you, it's he basically. So we're gonna grab the third one from the top of the conjugation. So sai sa, and in fact here we have sa. And speak, like we said, goes into the infinitive form, which is parlare. And then 4 languages, 4 lingue. Okay? So we did, or I did apply sa because the subject is not I, is not you, is he. And the third one, I, you, he, is sa. John sa parlare. And parlare remains in the dictionary, aka infinitive format. Next one. Susan can probably arrive here in 30 minutes. Susan is the subject. Può. Here we're not acknowledging a skill, like we said. We're talking about can in the sense of, we're using can in the sense of being physically able to do something. It's not a skill. We're not acknowledging any skill. So we use potere. That's why I've written the conjugation of potere here. Again, Susan is the third person. So it's going to be può, because 1, 2, 3, può. That would be she. Probably is probabilmente. Italian English, you already know this. Arrive goes in the infinitive. Arrivare. Here is qui. And in 30 minutes, it's going to be tra 30 minuti. If you haven't seen the video about the prepositions, in is a preposition, which is preposition in with time frame scenario in the future. So in is going to be tra. Again, take a look, watch the video about prepositions, more specifically the preposition in. And that's it. Okay. Now, the next sentence, I will not translate it for you. It's up to you. I really hope you enjoyed that clip. And if you want to watch the full-length video, you can find it in my media library, which is part of my mentoring program. And if you are new to this channel, make sure you click on the subscribe button. Now, that being said, in the description box down below, you can find a few useful links to my mentoring program, to some free material, and so on. Have an amazing day, and I will see you very, very soon.